to talk about how two different people recently started new federal jobs as of this Monday. So today is Thursday, October 1st, and they actually started on September 27th. So yeah, Proverbs 4:7 states, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all that getting, get an understanding. And so today I want you to get an understanding of the federal government hiring and interview process, going from applicant to employee. So I'm so excited to let you know this information and teach on the principles that apply for any federal job that you go out for. So, number one, they both applied on usajobs.gov. They actually applied on that website, and guess what? Got an interview. That's right. usajobs.gov is the premier website to get federal employment. It's not the only way that you can become a federal employee. You can see one of my other videos that talks about 7 different ways to become a federal employee and get hired by the federal government, and it's entitled, Do You Know Them All? So you can search that. Also, the next thing they did, number 2, was use the keywords from the actual job application. That's right, they inserted keywords from the job announcement into their resume. Step 3, of course, they read the resume and added everything that they said to add from the job announcement onto their application. So there's a way for you to attach your SF-50, which is a document that you get when you're already a federal employee. So since I'm already a federal employee, I already have one of those, and they want that. Sometimes they ask for a performance appraisal that's recent, within the last year. They want to see if you're a good employee or bad. Amen, somebody? I know all of my subscribers are great employees. So they want you to add different things to your application along with your resume. Next, they got called for an interview. Yes, they were actually interviewed for their position. And so they did very well. Now, one person actually left a full-time job. It wasn't federal, to take a federal job that was only a 2-year, not probation, but it was a 2-year term position. That's what they actually called them. There's some 2-year or 4-year term positions out there. It's not permanent. It's just 2 years or 4 years. And they're really just trying you out to see if they want to actually hire you on permanent. And so I know of 2 different people that have taken a 2-year term position and one person that took a 4-year term position, and they both were converted and applied to a permanent position. So those type of jobs do turn into permanent jobs. And so after they did the interview, one of the applicants actually had to take a test, and it was timed. That's right, federal agencies and the federal government is still testing applicants. They didn't do this way back in the day when I first started as a federal employee in June of 2006. That's when I got my first federal job. I didn't have to take a test. Now, I was interviewed at a restaurant. The actual recruiter flew up from a different state and then met me at my home state, and we met up in a restaurant, and we actually did the interview there. So of course, with the interviews now during 2021, they're doing them online. So the person had to do a video Microsoft Teams interview over the video. And I do have a YouTube video on how to interview and techniques on interviewing over video. So they obviously did well in their video interview. And so the person wore, the this person actually was a female. They wore like a black blazer and a cream shell top. They had on pearl necklaces and pearl earrings. Now, I'm not saying that's the only thing or the only way to dress, but this is what this person did and they got the job. So where would you have? So they did the interview. They had the director on the video call. They had another gentleman on the call, and they had two different ladies on the call. And one was just recently hired, and I think the other two had been on for a while. The other three at the agency for a while. So it was a little bit nerve-wracking, you know, and this person ended up telling me they had like some paper in their background, you know, because when they got on, I think Zoom or Microsoft Teams, they didn't know it was gonna expand and show everything in their background. And so they were trying to like fidget with the camera and, you know, trying to, you know, not show the paper that was in the background. But nevertheless, nobody questioned her about that stuff that was back there. And I told her to clean up before you get on the video call, because you don't know what's gonna show, and a lot of times you don't want to blur out your background. So anyways, it went well enough, so she ended up getting that job offer. Then did the test, turned in the results, and long story short, somebody replied back to her. She ended up sending the thank you note within about the first 2 hours after she had interviewed, and then next thing you know, she ended up getting a second interview with someone else on the team, someone different. You know, she was thinking that she was going to get asked about other questions on the test, you know, but it wasn't that, you know, and she had reached out to someone that does federal interviewing and actually does that for a job, and that's exactly what she said. She said the second interview is probably going to be with another team member, and that's what it was. So she also had to do it on video with that person. Now that person that was interviewing her said that she wasn't going to turn on her video, and she said that, you know, the applicant could leave their video on or they could turn it off. She decided to just leave it on. She had gotten dressed up, she had did her hair, had did her makeup, she just wanted to be on camera, so that turned out great for her. So one of the questions that they did ask her in the second interview was about the agency program itself. Make sure you know a little bit about the agency program, and I have gotten asked that question before in other federal interviews, and I knocked it right out of the park. You better believe it. So I know my subscribers are going to do the same thing. And so after that, she sent another thank you note to this different person. She actually asked for that person's email address over the video, you know, because she had never seen her name before, never heard it, so she didn't have it. And so she wrote that down and sent the thank you note, and yeah, after that, it was send in your references. Yes, they check references, and so they wanted a few specific references for this particular applicant, and she sent those. She followed the rules exactly. You know, if they say send 5, you know, don't send 10. If they say send 2, don't send 3. Just follow what they want you to do to a T. Because that shows that you can follow direction and you're trusting the process. Not only the process, but God. You're trusting God's process to work and move on your behalf. So that's what she did. She trusted the process. You know, it was nerve-wracking because it kind of took a long time. But in the end, she was victorious. These two applicants were victorious, and they said that they watched my videos, you know, and just thanked me. And really, God has given me this knowledge, this know-how to do this federal government process, and not only do it, but do it well and teach others. So that is my goal. That's my life's goal. That's why I was put on this earth. And so I want to impart and depart these jewels of knowledge to help you get the same results. The federal government is still hiring in a pandemic. These 2 applicants were just recently hired and they just started on Monday. And so it was just great to hear these testimonies that came to me via text. I was just thrilled because this one applicant, she has been trying for years to get a federal job. She joined my free networking group and watched a lot of my videos and was able to take a leap of faith, and God moved on her behalf. She learned the process, she learned the techniques, and she executed with godly excellence. And so again, she was rewarded for her faithfulness and diligence. And I know you will be as well. And so I could not go to sleep without speaking to you and imparting this knowledge and giving you this good godly testimony. Gosh, people are still getting blessed in 2021, October 2021. So I love you guys. I miss you guys. I'm praying for you. I'm seeing all of your messages. Keep emailing me. Keep sending your messages because this is helping me to stay encouraged. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.